As Roy's been playing mummies and daddies with his falcons for the last 6 months, this is the first time in ages that he's been out filming with David. Clearly, he's been missed.
Although I'm back, you're only half back. I've come back and David's faded away. You haven't got quieter, have you? I could use you as a stick.
Well, maybe. He has brought us to a small, neat patch of ground we haven't filmed on for years. It is brimming with wildlife, with 3 deer species as well as lots of foxes and a good population of amphibians.
Just in the sort of latter part of the roebuck rut at the moment, and it has been kicking off fantastically. We've got enough bells and whistles in pockets that we could start a rave, so we should be able to give that a go and see if we can call anything in.
As we set off, Roy starts squeaking. A bit premature, maybe a new call, a new technique.
Oh, don't film that. I've got new inserts in and they're squeaking.
Of course, it could be because Roy is weighed down with kit, calls, Leica optics, and the Pulsar Accolade 2 with laser rangefinder. Not that he needs it right now. His slow and steady pace means this mist-shrouded buck is totally unaware of us and Roy's unfortunate squeak.
Where he is, we could actually shoot him at the moment, but it's very difficult in the mist to get a true assessment of him, so I want to get him over to have a look at him. And it's always nice just to have a bit of a play, a bit of a response.
It takes a number of calls to get it on its feet, and there's the reason why. A doe in tow. As it comes, Roy repositions. Roy won't have a backstop if the buck pops up where we expect.
You want him? Yeah. They always try and head for the corner of this field, so I wasn't quite sure. Yeah, he was a little bit on edge, and again he had a doe with him as well. But he was coming through there, and again, absolutely stunning with this mist this morning. Just gave us the opportunity for a shot. So I'll go down and have a look at him. I mean, you could see with his body shape when he came down along the bottom there that he was big-bodied, had a good thick neck on him, good thick shoulder. You know, he's still got a little bit of his winter coat in as well, so he's certainly an older animal. He's got some sloping on his pedicles, so yeah, he's an older buck. Where he's cast many times, the pedicle length decreases, and you tend to get a slope on the coronets here, so his coronets are sloping down. So when they start off as a young buck, the pedicles are quite tall on the head, and each time they cast, they lose a little bit of bone, and as they lose a little bit of bone, it tends to also go down on the edges, so you tend to have a sloping end to the pedicles as they get older, and then obviously that gives the sloping coronets. So, you know, I mean, that's down on his head there. So again, when we look at his teeth, it'll be interesting just to see exactly how old he is.
What place have you gone to the necky?
Yeah, no, I went front end there, so where he was looking on, and again, we've gone in there, so that will have taken the spine out, which is obviously why he dropped on the spot. That was the best shot opportunity for me. That will drop him on the spot, and obviously cause the least amount of meat damage as well. It doesn't matter what other deer you deal with, roebucks in summer pelage are just absolutely stunning. They really are, just beautiful.
the chances are that it's a silver medal animal, and as we've got off to a flying start, we continue on around the grounds to see if any other bucks react to the call. Unfortunately, we get nothing apart from a stunning morning. We return to the field where we shot the buck, and, as is traditional with Lord Lupton, we indulge in post-stalking foxing.
We're going to call here because it gives us the best opportunity for a good backstop and gives us quite a wide vista. The only problem is unfortunately the sun is on our face because we've got to be here because the wind is coming this way, and obviously just the way the topography works, but they're in shadow there, so we're looking into shadow with the sun in our eyes, whereas we're going to be glinting up in the sun. So if we do get a response from a fox, we're going to have to rely on it being a little bit slack this morning. Hopefully he's been on the drink last night, but or maybe some young ones, because there are a few litters around here. So as I say, we'll give it a call, but I don't think we're going to get much of a chance to get them. So David, you're going to have to be on it and quick. No faffing. David the racing snake is obviously feeling incredibly sharp because he spotted that fox before I did, which is a little bit of an embarrassment. I'm obviously a little bit off my game, so where I've been off breeding birds and eating for the season. So as I say, it's David clocked that one before I did.
It's because it's so pale. It's
really? Okay.
Our morning is complete. Or is it?
Whoa, David. Fox there, look. See its head? You wanna? Yeah. Bonus fox. Yeah, always wait. Again, we were just walking down because we were just commenting on what a lovely morning we've had, and I was just coming down here, looked across there, I just saw a set of ears poking up just over the rise there. We would have seen him perfectly from there, but another one was just coming along. So again, yeah, we're always guilty of it. Just take, you wanna, and do it again. Learn your lessons. I'm going to reload. So the second fox went down, and I was just taking the mickey out of David, saying that we always rush because he always pushes us and chivies us along, and carried on coming down. And I just saw a little bit of red in the undergrowth, and you could just see the ears again just poking up out of the undergrowth there. And we just got on the sticks, and I could just see enough of the head just to sneak a shot through. Oh, there we go. I think we're done. Who knows?
A successful morning has turned into a very successful morning. There's just a little bit of time left for Roy to get some stuff off his chest.
Unfortunately, in this day and age, most people think that conservation is just preserving, and that is not what conservation is about. You can't preserve all species. Foxes don't need a helping hand, crows don't need a helping hand, and I would guarantee that these 3 foxes we've shot here have been going around and feasting on all of the frogs, all of the newts, you know, some of the reptiles as well. So it's the wider picture that we need to look at. It's about trying to conserve the species that do need a helping hand, which is exactly the same argument that we're having with grouse moors at the moment. And those predators are not rare, those predators are in abundance everywhere else, which is why we're seeing the declines everywhere else. So the only places you do see thriving wildlife populations are generally areas where there is a sensible management control of predators.
Why is it so many conservation groups ignore what we see as blindingly obvious? Nature needs someone to pull the trigger or set the trap, otherwise the lower ends of the food chain suffer, like the amphibians, and the artificially supersized predator populations just keep taking.